Good afternoon, everyone. Aron here from the Worley Bugger Fly Company, bringing you your weekly Yakima River fly fishing report from the upper Yakima River. A little bit of change in water. So as you can see, a lot more water in the river than we've seen pretty much all spring. Kind of been running steady between 800 and 1,050 pretty much a majority of the spring. They opened her up this week. Probably going to stay at least at 2,800, maybe more. I don't know. I can't read the Bureau's mind, but I'm assuming we're going to stay this way. Kind of opened up for the irrigation season. Kind of wait and see what happens with what level they decide to run it at, as we are a little below our normal reservoir capacities. Fishing's been fairly decent. Oh, there's a layered there with a fish on, actually. Not that it matters. Certainly the fishing has remained very stable, even in this water changing up and down. Nymphing really good in the morning. Dry fly opportunities in the afternoon. That's 21 and a half, maybe 22. Monster. Bug-wise, same stuff I've been reporting. Caddis, PMDs, yellow sallies, golden stones, green drakes. March browns are pretty much finishing up for the year. Kind of bugs, other bugs to be thinking about here in the near future is terrestrial. So starting to see some small hoppers, ants and beetles around. So kind of start thinking that route coming here in the near future.
Good morning, everybody. This is Steve from the Worley Bugger. It is the 21st of June. Yesterday was the first day of summer, and it most certainly looked that way. Got a beautiful morning here. It's supposed to be around 90 degrees today. So, the river, unseasonably low for this time of year. We've been talking about this all spring, right? Our water conditions, what kind of water storage we were going to have in our reservoirs. They have been doing some water releases from the reservoirs, a couple of different reservoirs, mainly the Cle Elum reservoir. Earlier in the week they dumped some water, a pretty good amount for the salmon pulse. And again, I won't get on my soapbox and tell everybody that how it doesn't work and that it's just a waste of water, but it is what it is. It's a government agency and they're going to do what they do. But the river is unseasonably low. I'm sure we're going to see it this way the entire summer. The only thing that we can hope for is that we don't get super warm temperatures come August. We are right now having big temperature swings, cold nights, warm days, which is ideal for the river conditions, keeping the water temperature in check. Remember too, when you start hearing things about water temperature, you always got to know what the dissolved oxygen content is as well. So those are two important aspects, you know, of river health and fish health. So the great thing about our river is it has high levels of dissolved oxygen content. It's on a pretty good gradient. The water that comes out of the Cle Elum reservoir, the Cle Elum River, is on a very steep gradient, so it creates lots of oxygen as it's moving through. It's all bottom fed from the reservoir, so cold to begin with. But you know, by the time it reaches a point to Ellensburg or, you know, down in the lower canyon, water can warm up. And on that, you know, on its journey and its path, it gets several places, you know, that irrigation returns come into the river, you can see right here that it's got a little bit of color this morning. There's all kinds of caddis popping. The swallows are out and they're enjoying the feed. But the irrigation returns will add some water, and typically that can be a little on the warm side. But we do have natural flow too that comes in from several of the creeks like Tainham Creek, Menage Tash, Chianaway, Swak Creek, all those. Not that they're running with big high volumes of water like they normally do this time of year, but it does add some concentrate. So just keep in mind, you know, as we progress into summer, don't overplay your fish. You know, make sure that when you do catch fish, they're handled properly, put in the net, you know, and then released, you know, when they're ready to go. They'll tell you. Make sure their head's facing upstream. Water running over their gills. They're getting lots of oxygen, so. Oh, nice. Big old female. She's shy under the boat. Oh, that's a beauty.
Hey.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you,
That's
Steve. Oh, gracious.
That's a big fish.
The river, you know, running unseasonably low. You know, you're gonna find, especially as air temperature increases, you're gonna find fish in really specific places, really specific water types. So those are a couple of the things that you really have to kind of diagnose. The Yakima, I've been talking to people all week. It's not an easy river, especially if you're just new to fly fishing. If you can learn the Yakima, you can learn how to catch fish here. You can pretty much go anywhere and catch fish. It's just kind of one of those fisheries. We have had very high winds, you know, for the last 6 or 7 weeks, in combination with water releases. Sudden water releases can create, you know, some erosion effects, you know, along the banks of the river. And then when we get very strong winds, it can topple trees, and that has happened in a few of the sections. The South Cle Elum section has a few new trees down, and the Reinhardt to Ringer section has a few trees down in it, and also the Greenbridge section, from Greenbridge to the diversion, has a couple of trees. Everything is passable at this point. But just because of this fact, and because, you know, because of the wind factor when you're floating the river, you always got to have a heads up when you're the person on the sticks. You know, always watching downriver to see what's coming, what you might have to navigate through. River's in great shape. If you have any questions, as always, you can call the Pro Shop. Happy to help you out. Give us a jingle if you have any questions. Until then, it's Friday, so everybody have a great weekend. If you got some fishing planned, then you're a lucky individual.
If you would like to get out and do a trip with us, feel free to contact the Pro Shop. We'd be more than happy to get you out here. We are starting to get pretty busy, so if you're thinking about fishing, think a little bit in advance. Love to have you out here. Love to teach you the fishery of the Yakima River, how fantastic it can be. Anyhow, hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Tight lines. We'll see you out here.